Right, welcome back to another quick play online session. I'm going to be playing April 23rd, 1978 today. This is a Sunday, and this is part of our 1978 quick play online National League replay. So here are our games slated for today, so a full docket of games, and I'm just going to click into the first National League game, which is Mets at the Cubs. You can see here the Cubs took this one 3-2 over the Mets, and pitching lines for this game were Nino Espinosa and Ray Burris. So let's get that all set up here. So we're going to have the Mets at the Cubs. It's going to be Espinosa, who's a B, against Ray Burris, who is also a B. So a couple of mid-level pitchers here in this game. We'll see how that turns out. And first up for the Mets is going to be Lenny Randle. Let's see. Oh, it actually is Lenny Randle. Randle with a base hit, and that's a double, but with no one on base, it's not going to score any runs. So for the Cubs, it's going to be Billy Buckner. Buckner stands in and makes the out, and we go to the second inning. Here is Lee Mazzilli. Lee Mazzilli makes the out, and next up for the Cubs is Tim Blackwell. Blackwell had a 2-run homer in his previous game against the Mets. This time he comes up empty with the bases loaded, and they'll go to the third inning, still no score. It's going to be John Stearns with a runner at third. He gets a knock. That's going to be an RBI double with one out, and the Mets take the lead over the Cubs. Bobby Mercer stands in with the bases loaded, and he's going to hit a double, and that's going to be a 2 RBI double with one out. So it brings home these two runners, and the Cubs take the lead 2-1 in the bottom of the third. Go to the top of the fourth. It's going to be Tim Foley standing at the dish, and he makes the out. Next up for the Cubs is going to be Blackwell again for his second at bat. Same as the first, as he has a bases loaded no out situation and can't come through with a hit. And so we move on to the fifth inning. Bases loaded for the Mets now. And this is going to be Elliot Maddox, the 2-hole hitter, and he can't come through as well. And so the Mets put up a 0 in that really good scoring situation. We're going to come back and with our wild card, we're going to use Greg Gross. We don't have any star players to try to bring to the plate, so we're going to just skip the pitcher. And so a runner at third with one out, and Gross can't bring him home. So we go to the sixth inning. It's going to be Lee Mazzilli, the third hitter for the Mets, and he hits a single, but with nobody on base, that's not going to score any runs. So we go to the bottom of the sixth inning, and it's going to be Dave Kingman to the plate. Does Kingman have a home run in him? He doesn't this time. And so the Cubs, again, leave the bases loaded. Still 2-1 in their favor, though. And we got John Stearns to the plate. Stearns in the top of the seventh inning comes up empty, and we go to the bottom of the seventh after a little stretch, and it's Ivan DeJesus with a runner at second base. He gets a knock. That's going to be an RBI double, and DeJesus brings in the third run of the game for the Cubs. Cubs take a 3-1 lead as we go to the top of the eighth inning. And it's Lee Mazzilli back to the plate, 2 outs, bases loaded, and Mazzilli pops it up. So we go to the bottom of the eighth inning. The Cubs have nobody on and 2 outs, and that's going to be Greg Gross back to the plate. Gross, just like his first appearance, makes the out, and so we go to the top of the ninth inning. Last chance for the Mets as they load the bases once again with 1 out, and this time it's going to be Doug Flynn to the plate. So bottom of the order, Flynn with the knock, and that's going to be a 3 RBI triple. Doug Flynn at the bottom of the order with an amazing triple to give the Mets a 4-3 lead as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. So are they going to pull this one out? Nobody on and nobody out, and Rodney Scott takes his first crack at it this game, and he comes up empty, and so do the Cubs as they lose a shocker. Up 3-1 going into the ninth inning. They lose 4-3 to the Mets. So let's give the Mets their 7th win, and the Cubs playing the part of the lovable losers. So we're going to move to the second game of the day. Second game of the day is going to be Houston at LA. Let's clear everything out here and get the Astros set up and the Dodgers. So Dodger Stadium, This is the side of an 18-inning game the night before. And let's see, we got second place Dodgers against the last place Astros. But let's see how this one turns out. It was a Dodger win in real life. It's going to be Joe Niekro against Don Sutton. Niekro against Sutton, so it's going to be an A versus an... That's not right. Dodgers are who we want. Okay, against Don Sutton. Alright, so A pitcher against an A pitcher. Should be a good matchup. Top of the first inning, the Astros come to bat. It's going to be Enos Cabell. And that's going to be no runs for the Astros in the first inning. Dodgers have runners on the corners with one out. And it's going to be Ron Cey to the plate. Cey grounds into the double play. And that ends the inning. As we go to the second inning, it'll be Bob Watson standing in for the Astros. Watson comes up short. And in the bottom of the second inning, Rick Monday with a runner at third. Can't drive him home. And so we're scoreless going into the third. Again, it's Joe Niekro against Don Sutton in this one. And we got Roger Metzger stands in with nobody on and two out. And he hits a double, but they can't bring him home. So that takes us to the bottom of the third. Bases loaded, two outs. And it's going to be 4-6. Ron Cey back to the plate. Oh, he just misses the hit and leaves the bases loaded. And that's a 0 for the Dodgers. So let's go to the top of the fourth inning. And it's going to be Enos Cabell back to the plate. And he, again, makes the out. And then it's going to be Rick Monday in the bottom of the fourth for the Dodgers with two on and nobody out. And he also can't drive anyone home. So we move on to the fifth, still tied at 0. And we have Bob Watson again taking a hack, and he can't bring home that runner from third. Now it's going to be Bill Russell, a little new blood at the plate. Two on, a runner in scoring position with two outs, and let's see if Bill Russell can come through in the clutch. And he can't this time, and so we stay scoreless. We're going to pass all these people and come back to Jose Cruz. This is our wild card. So with two outs and nobody on, Cruz needs a home run to score any sort of runs, and he doesn't get it. But he was our best try for the Astros, and so we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Nobody on and two out, and this is going to be Steve Garvey to the plate. Garvey with a hit and a single, but with no one on base, doesn't score any runs. So we're still tied at 0 as we go to the top of the seventh inning. Good pitcher's duel here. Great pitcher's duel. Bases loaded, two outs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Terry Poole to the plate. This will be his first at bat. Poole comes up empty, and so do the Astros as we go to the bottom of the seventh. Runner in scoring position for the pitcher spot. Pitcher spot gets a knock, and that's going to be an RBI double, and that's going to be the first run of the game as the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead, and we're headed to the top of the eighth inning. Give Jose Cruz another at bat with our wild card. Nobody on and nobody out, and that's going to be a 0 again. He's had a couple of opportunities, but no one on base. So tough day for the Astros. Runner at third with one out for the Dodgers. Going to be Reggie Smith, power hitting outfielder for the Dodgers in 1978. He can't drive home that run from third. And one more chance here. We're going to give Cruz his third at bat of the day. Bases loaded, two out, and the game comes down to this. And it's going to be a hit and a double, and that's going to clear the bases. So a 3 RBI double for the Astros as they're down to their last out. Have their star hitter up, and he delivers as they take a 3-1 lead. So the Dodgers get one more crack at it. Two on and nobody out, and this is going to be Dusty Baker to the plate. Baker cannot come through, and the Astros go in to Dodger Stadium in LA, and they steal one from the Dodgers. They get their 6th win of the year, and the Dodgers take it on the chin for their 5th loss. Still, I believe, in second place, still keep their second place standing. And the Astros moved up a little bit there with the Cubs loss. So we move on to our third game of the day, which is Philly at Montreal. And for Philadelphia, it's going to be Lomborg. And for Montreal, it'll be Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers. So let's get that set up here. It's going to be the Phillies at the Expos. And I don't have Lombard here, but I do have Steve Rogers. Let's look up this guy. He's had a few starts here at the beginning of the year. Excuse me. Let's see, he's definitely at the end of his career, and he is going to be a C pitcher. Anything above a 4.75 FIP is qualified to be a C pitcher. So it's giving him what he's got, but he doesn't have much in the tank. So this is going to be Phillies at Expos, Lombard versus Steve Rogers, and let's get into this game. In the first inning, the Phillies have Bake McBride, shake and bake, and he is going to come up empty, and we go to the bottom of the first inning. 2, 3, 4, 5. Larry Parrish to the plate. Parrish with a knock, and that's going to be a 3-run home run, and the Expos jump out to a 3-0 lead. Top of the second inning for the Phillies. Gary Maddox to the plate, and Maddox can't come through with an RBI hit, and so we go down to the second inning, bottom of the second inning, and it's going to be Chris Spire. Spire, he can't come through with the hit, so we go to the third inning. It's going to be Larry Boa, second place hitter for the Phillies. He's got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and that's going to be a 0 on the board for them. And let's go to the bottom of the third inning. 1, 2, 3. Andre Dawson with 2 on and nobody out, and he can't come through either. And so we go to the fourth. Here's a wild card opportunity. We're going to give that to Greg Luzinski. He's a star +1, so if he does get a hit, we can add 1 to that hit. But he doesn't come up with the hit, and so we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Still 3-0 Expos over the Phillies. Expos have the bases loaded with 1 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be Gary Carter, the catcher, and that's going to be an out. And so the Expos get out of that with no runs. Be Bob Boone to the plate. Boone with a 0 for the Phillies, and then we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's going to be Dave Cash, leadoff batter for the Expos. He's got a scoring opportunity here with a runner at third and 1 out, and can't come through. And so we go to the top of the sixth inning. Still 3-0 Expos. Larry Boa up again, and Boa can't get the clutch hit that they need. He's been up in 2 situations so far. And for the bottom of the sixth inning, the Expos is going to be Ellis Valentine. He's a star hitter, so a 9 or a 10. 10 is going to be a hit, and that's going to be a 2-run bomb for Ellis Valentine as he extends the Expos lead to 5-0 as they go into the top of the 7th inning in this game. It's going to be Richie Hebner to the plate. Hebner can't come through, and so we go to the bottom of the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pitcher spot up, 2 outs with the bases loaded, and can't come through with this one. Same situation, and it's going to be Larry Boa back to the plate. Can he come through this time? And he cannot. That elusive hit. Andre Dawson now. Nobody on and 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Dawson also hitless in this game. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. This will be the last opportunity for the Phillies. Even with a home run here, they can't catch up, but let's see what happens in the game. It'll be Jim Morrison with bases loaded and 2 out. And like all the other scoring opportunities, this one goes by with no runs, and the Phillies take the shutout loss 5-0 to the Expos as Steve Rogers shuts down the Phillies offense. And so we got the Expos pick up their 11th win, and the Phillies take their 6th loss, so they drop under 500. And let's resort ourselves here. So you can see Expos at the top of the league so far, 11-3, Dodgers 11-5, and then everyone sort of falls into place after that with the Cubs and the Astros bringing up the rear. Okay, let's check out the next game on the slate. This is going to be St. Louis at Pittsburgh. So the Cardinals at the Pirates, and it's going to be a good one. Bob Forsch against John Candelaria. So let's reset our teams here. Cardinals at the Pirates. So Bob Forst, who's an A pitcher, he's going to be facing John Candelaria, also an A pitcher. And let's get this one cracking. Each team has one star player. In the last game, Dave Parker ended an extra inning affair with a 3-run home run. So we go to right off the bat, we get a wild card. So let's send Ted Simmons up there. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And Simmons comes through with a hit. That's going to be a grand slam. That's going to be 4 runs on the board as the Cardinals strike first. Dave Parker is the Cobra, but the Cardinals were the Cobra, striking quickly in this game. And it's going to be Omar Moreno, bottom of the first. And he also comes back, answers with a solo home run to cut the lead to 4-1. So we go to the second inning, and it's going to be Ken Wrights. Wrights comes up empty, and the Pirates continue forward with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And it'll be Phil Garner to the plate. Garner comes up empty, and we go to the top of the third, still 4-1 Cardinals. Pitcher spot up with 2 on and nobody out. There's a hit by the pitcher, and that's going to be an RBI double as they bring home 1 in the top of the third inning. Go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. Willie Stargell to the plate, and he can't drive in the run, so we go to the 4th inning. Jerry Morales, nobody on and 1 out. He gets a knock, and it's not going to be enough because nobody's on base, and it's not a home run, so the Cardinals come up empty. Bottom of the 4th inning, 2 on and 2 outs, and 2, 3, 4, 5. Pitcher spot back up. Pitcher comes through with the hit, and that's going to be a bases clearing RBI double for Candelaria. So both pitchers contributing here today. 5-3 is our scores. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Ken Wrights to the plate, man at second with 2 outs, and he strikes out to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Dave Parker, the runner at third and 1 out. Can Parker drive him in? He cannot, and so we go to the 6th inning. Still 5-3 Cardinals. Runners at the corners for Gary Templeton. Templeton with the knock, and that's going to be another home run, a big one. Crooked numbers for the Cardinals as they extend their lead to 8-3. We move on to Willie Stargell in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stargell can't do anything there, so we move on to the 7th. 2 on, and it's going to be Ken Wrights again, and with 2 outs and 2 on, he hits another 3-run home run. So back-to-back innings with 3-run home runs pushes the lead way out there. So 11-3 now Cardinals over the Pirates on the strength of a grand slam and 2 3-run home runs and a pitcher knocking in a run. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. This is going to be John Milner with 2 on and nobody out, and Milner can't come through with a big hit. And so we go to the top of the 8th, and this is just the Cardinal hitting day as they get the bases loaded with 1 out. And it's going to be Jerry Morales this time. Morales with the knock, and that's going to be a 3-run triple as the big hits are coming out for the Cardinals. And they are blowing out the Pirates 14-3. Here's a pitcher spot up. Nothing doing there, and we go to the 9th inning. Runner at second with Ken Wrights back to the plate. Wrights with another hit, and that's going to be a run-scoring double as he trades places with the runner at second, and the lead is now 15-3, and the anemic Pirate offense just can't seem to do anything against the Cardinals, and so they take this one 15-3, the Cardinals over the Pirates, and that's a rough one. Hopefully they can bounce back on the next day, but that's the 3rd place Pirates taking it at home against the Cardinals. Cardinals get a good win as they get a little bit closer to 500. And it doesn't reshift anything at the top of our order, but we'll see after the Reds game. So we got a couple more games here, right? Oh, this is a doubleheader, so let's see. Let's see how they do. This game was, you can see it was completed on June 26th, so I guess they actually played this game at a different date. So it's going to give us 1, 2, 3 more games left. So let's just go ahead and burn through those. Reset the teams here. And in game number 2, it's going to be Pete Falcone and Jerry Roos. I don't know how you say it. We don't have Falcone here, and we do have Roos. Oh, we don't have either of these guys. I just pulled up a couple of guys and said, hey, go start the game. Alright, so what do we got here? This is going to be a C pitcher for St. Louis, and an A pitcher for for Pittsburgh. So we're just going to set these at a C and an A because that's what our starting pitchers are. And so let's go ahead and get this second game going. Cardinals took the first game 15-3, and we'll see if same thing happens here. They get it going early with the bases loaded and 1 out. And it's going to be George Hendrick to the plate, and Hendrick can't come through. There's probably a double play, gets him out of the inning. So we go to the second inning. It's going to be the bottom of the first, Omar Moreno, and he gets a knock, and that's going to be not enough to drive in the run as they strand the runner at third base. Top of the second inning, it's going to be Gary Templeton to the plate with 2 on and 2 out, and he comes up short. And the next batter for the Pirates is going to be Dave Parker. He's a star +1, so the best type of hitter in this game, and a very rare hitter, but he comes up short on this one. Ted Simmons to the plate now with nobody on and 2 outs. There's a hit and there's a home run, and that literally is the only way for them to score a run on that particular situation, and Ted Simmons comes through, so it's a bomb to deep center field, and that puts the Cardinals up 1-0. We'll see if that opens the floodgates for the Redbirds. Runner at third, Bill Robinson to the plate, and he is not able to drive in that run from third. So we go to the fourth inning. Be George Hendrick. There's a hit and a single, but with no one on base, it doesn't score any runs. So we go to the fourth, and it's going to be Frank Tavares. Tavares with the runner at second. Opportunity there, but passes by as he can't come through with a hit. And we go to the fifth, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Pitcher up with bases loaded, nobody out. He gets a hit. This is going to be, who's the pitcher? Falcone. Maybe at this point they've already switched. But that's going to be a jack. That's going to be an RBI single. So a little flare, scores 1, and puts the Cardinals in the lead by 2. Now it's 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. Bill Robinson back to the plate, bases loaded, 1 out, and he can't come through for the second time. So that is the name of the game for the Pirates in these 2 games. Here is runner at second base. Ted Simmons back to the plate. Simmons with the knock, and that's going to be an RBI single as he gets an extra base. So the runner from second scores even on a single, and that's going to be 3-0 Redbirds. Phil Garner, man at second, nobody out, and he can't equal Simmons there. So he makes the out, and we go to the 7th inning. Still 3-0 Cardinals over the Pirates, and it'll be Steve Swisher with 2 on and nobody out. Swisher not able to make anything happen, and we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Dave Parker now, they got the situation they want. Parker up, runners at the corners with only 1 out. Parker comes through the hit, and that's going to be an RBI double, and so Parker puts the Pirates on the board. Can't get more than that in the inning, but they did get onto the board, and so we go to the top of the 8th inning. Gary Templeton to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. There's a hit and another 3-run home run for Gary Templeton, and he is stinging the Pirates. 6-1 now the lead for the Cardinals as they go into the bottom of the 8th inning. John Milner to the plate, runners at the corners with 1 out, and the Pirates don't come away with any runs, and so we go to the top of the 9th. Ken Wrights with 2 on and 2 out, and he pops up, and that's going to end the chances for the Cardinals today, and one more opportunity for the Pirates is going to be too little too late. So runner at third for Frank Tavares. Tavares cannot bring the run home, and so that's what our final score is, 6-1. and that's going to be the Cardinals taking 2 in a row on the same day from the Pirates. So the Pirates dropped 2 today. Tough day for them on April the 23rd, and the Cardinals make it to 500 on April 23rd. So a good day for them, and let's see what the day holds for the other teams. Atlanta at San Diego, and you can see that's a 5-4 win for San Diego. So let's see how this turns out in quick play baseball. So we'll say Braves at the Padres, and our pitchers are going to be Dick Ruthven against Bob Shirley. I still don't know how to say, is it Ruthven or Ruthven? It looks like Ruthven to me, like Babe Ruth. So Ruthven against Bob Shirley, and both of these are A pitchers. Let's just go ahead and switch it up a little bit. It'll get kind of funky. So let's get this game going. We got 2 more games in this April 23rd National League slate. This is all the teams playing today, and so it's a good set of games so far. So we're looking at top of the first inning, Braves at the Padres. It's going to be Roland Office up first, and that's going to be, not 1, but 0 runs. And we go to the bottom of the first inning. Padres load the bases, and it's going to be Dave Winfield to the plate. Winfield comes up short, and so do the Padres. And so we move to the second inning, still no score. Be Gary Matthews. Matthews can't come through, and so we go to the bottom of the second inning. It's be 1, 2, 3, 4. Ben Allman. Allman with runners at the corners, only 1 out, and he grounds into a double play that ends the inning. And so we go to the third inning. Bases loaded and 1 out. Glenn Hubbard, who I believe is he's been a coach with the Braves now for a long time. He cannot do anything with the bases loaded. And so we go to the bottom of the third, and the Padres load the bases again. This time it's going to be Broderick Perkins standing in, and no one can seem to push any runs across. Runners all over the place, and no hits, no clutch hits. Roland Office now for the Braves. Runner at third and 1 out, and he cannot come through. Bases loaded again for the second inning for Fernando Gonzalez. Gonzalez can't come through with the hit, and so we go to the fifth inning, and it's going to be Joe Nolan. Nolan at the dish, and he hits a fly ball to center field, and that's going to end the inning. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Be Gene Richards to the plate. Richards is a star player, and doesn't matter here as he gets a 4. So there's no hit on the play, and we go to the top of the sixth inning. Good pitching matchup here. Pitcher comes to the plate with the runner at third and 1 out, and he comes up empty, and so we head to the bottom of the sixth. Oscar Gamble to the plate with runners at the corners, only 1 out, and he is not able to come up with a big knock. We head back to the top of the order in the 7th inning for the Braves. Nobody on and nobody out, and Jerry Royster can't come through and with a hit. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. It'd be Gene Tennis. Tennis is also a star player, and he just misses that, and so we're heading to the 8th inning. Still no score in the game between the Braves and the Padres. Here's Bob Horner with the bases loaded and nobody out, and he also is a bag of futile. Nobody has been able to come through in this game so far. Who's going to have the first big hit? Is it going to be the pitcher spot? How poetic. It is not. And so we head to the 9th inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Perfect situation with Jerry Royster at the plate. Will Royster come through with the hit? He does not. Sadly, we are all disappointed today. So many opportunities. They must have had 15 people left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Last opportunity in regulation for the Padres. They get runners at the corners with 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be Dave Winfield. Perfect situation. Can he walk it off? And he cannot. So we head to extra innings. Top of the 10th inning. Jeff Burrows gets his first crack at it today. And Burrows comes up just like everyone else with an empty hand. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Ben Allman, bottom of the order for the Padres, but the bases are loaded with nobody out, and he just misses a hit. Third baseman reaches out and snags it. 2 Ks later, they're out of the inning, and we go to the 11th. Joe Nolan. Nolan can't come through with the hit and knock in the runner from second. Scoring opportunity here for the Padres. 2 on and 2 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dave Winfield back to the plate. He had a chance to win it in the 9th. Can he do it in the 11th? And he cannot. Too much pitching in this game. 3, 4, 5. Rolling Office now with 2 on and 2 out. Office also comes up short. And 1, 2, 3. Fernando Gonzalez, another opportunity to win the game with a base hit. Oh, he does get a hit. And what does he get? He hits a double. And that double is going to score that run from third. And there's your game winner. 1-0. Padres over the Braves as Ruthven loses Shirley. And the Padres take this one. And so that's going to be their 8th win of the year. Braves drop to 6 and 9. And that's going to shuffle our order just a little bit. So Padres solidly in with those 2 Pirate losses, tied now for 3rd with the Pirates. And we go to our final game of the day, which is going to be Cincinnati at San Francisco. You can see this is a final in 10 innings. Cincinnati takes this game. Sure, we're on the right day, yep, the 23rd. And this is going to be Fred Norman against John Montefusco. So let's get this last game of the day set up. It's going to be the Reds against the Giants. Fred Norman, who's a B pitcher, and Montefusco, who is an A pitcher. And let's go one more change here. We'll go with the bright. Just got to change it up a little bit. 78 Reds at the 78 Giants. This is part of our 1978 National League replay, where we're pitting the National League teams against each other using Quick Play Online. If you want to try Quick Play Online, click the link down in the description below, and you can play this exact setup. You can play this exact game if you wanted to. The National League is all there for you to play. You can play your favorite team, players. The lineups are stuck the way they are, and so are the pitching staffs, but you can always change. You can use the team pitching or the starter reliever pitching grades, or you can use each individual pitcher. I'm just going with whoever started the game, and then that's going to be how we end the game. So any number of ways you can handle the starting pitching and the relief pitchers here as well. So we go to the top of the first inning, Reds at the Giants, and leading off, we're just going to give George Foster that opportunity, and he takes it, hits a single, which leads to no runs, nobody on base, but good to know Foster coming through in the clutch. It's going to be bases loaded and nobody out, and this will be Willie McCovey to the plate for the Giants. He also gets a hit. You're going to see more hits because we have we have a B pitcher here, and so that's going to be a double. That's going to be a 2 RBI double for Willie McCovey. So 2 hits in the game, 1 by the Reds, 1 by the Giants. And the Giants, because they've got the bases loaded here, come up with runs. So getting people on base is the name of the game in Quick Play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cesar Geronimo. Geronimo comes up empty on that one. And we go to the bottom of the second. It's going to be Mike Ivy. Ivy also can't come through with the hit. And so we go to the top of the third, be King Griffey to the plate with the runner at third. He gets a hit, and that's going to be an RBI double for Griffey as they cut the lead to 2-1. And the Giants come up in the bottom of the third with Mark Hill. Opportunity here for runner in scoring position. But with no outs, that runner only goes 1 base, and so no runs that inning, unfortunately, even on the hit. Sometimes it happens like that in Quick Play. 1, 2, 3, 4 be Johnny Bench, the catcher for the Reds. Bench can't come through with a runner at second base. And for the Giants, the hometown Giants in the 4th inning, it's going to be runners at the corners with 1 out, be Darrell Evans at the plate. Evans with a knock, and that's going to be a 3-run jack. by Darrell Evans as he brings them all home, and that pushes the lead to 5-1 Giants over the Reds. Pitcher spot comes up for the Reds. There's a hit, and that's going to be a single. Not enough to do any damage though. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Johnny LeMaster at the plate for the Giants. LeMaster with a knock. That's going to be a single. That's 2 RBI single, because with 2 outs everybody gets an extra base. So that pushes the lead to 7-1 Giants over the Reds. George Foster comes back to the plate, this time with the bases loaded. Can he get a second hit? He can. Remember, he is a star player, so anything 9 or 10, and then whatever we get here on this turn is going to be a +1, which that's a queen. A queen would normally only score 2. Instead, this gets pushed to a king because of his +1, and that's going to clear the bases. So that's a 3 RBI triple for George Foster, and that brings the lead back to manageable, 7-3 Giants over the Reds. Big hit from George Foster there. Jack Clark, he gets a knock with the bases, with runners on the corners, and that's going to be his own 3-run home run, and so he goes yard deep into the left field stands, and that pushes the lead back to 6. So 10-4 now, Giants over the Reds, and Johnny Bench back to the plate. Nobody on and 1 out. Doesn't matter because Johnny can create his own offense, and so he goes deep to right center field, and that's going to be that's going to cut the lead to 10-5. So the Giants over the Reds as we go into the bottom of the 7th inning. Suddenly a lot of scoring here, all through the middle innings, and we are bottom of the 7th. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Johnny LeMaster back to the plate. Again with the bases loaded and 1 out. He gets another hit, and here's going to be a 2 RBI double for Johnny LeMaster, and the Giants keep saying, what you can do, we can do better. So 12-5 Giants over the Reds. It's going to be Pete Rose to the plate with the bases loaded. Rose cannot come through, and so we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it'll be the pitcher spot for the Giants. Get a 0 there, and this will be the last opportunity for the Reds as they get a runner at third, and it's going to be George Foster back to the plate. This time Foster comes up empty, and so do the Reds as the Giants take down the Reds 12-5 in this NL West showdown. So the Reds go to 9-8. The Giants improve to 7-8 as they begin their climb up the standings. And so here are our final standings after April 23rd. So let's go ahead and push this day along to the 24th. The Expos are in first place, 11-3, followed by the Dodgers, Pirates, and Padres. And then bringing up the rear of the Braves, the Astros, and the Cubs. Astros and Cubs both with more than 10 losses, as well as the Mets. Although the Mets have played a couple more games than the Cubs. Cubs, for some reason, don't have all their games played yet, so we'll just have to check that out and pay attention to it. So the next day will be April 24th, 1978, and you can see not all of the games being played, but we got a few here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 games on the slate. And you can see our real NL standings here. It was Cincinnati at 11-5, LA at 10-5, Montreal in third, and then bringing up the bottom was San Diego, St. Louis, and Atlanta. You can see that Atlanta is the only team down here so far. St. Louis is in the middle, and our other teams, so the Pirates, not doing well in real life. They're down here in the middle. But in third place here, and the Padres, who were playing really poorly through the first few weeks here, are actually playing quite a bit better up here. So interesting to see how the standings shake out in this one. And if you have any questions about Quick Play Baseball or any comments about this video, I'd love to hear them. If you want to get more content like this, click like and subscribe. It's one of the only ways that I can know that you appreciate it or want more of this type of content. And that's super helpful anyway, just to help the game and the video get noticed. Again, this is Quick Play Baseball Online. So please just let me go down to the description, and then you'll be able to see in the description a link to the video. So check it out. And I'm not a link to the video, a link to the game. And then you can check that out and play this yourself. Again, you'll have access to all of the 1978 National League teams and be able to play them against each other as you wish. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.